Friends, we need to have a talk. The talk. I know it's awkward, but we all need to recognize the elephant in the room. And that is, it's November, and it's time for winter. And it's time to start winterizing your vehicle. Welcome everybody to another episode of Mohawk Table Talk. Today is what? Friday, November 7th.
Already.
And here we are. We are back with another fun-filled, promised episode.
And we are going to have the talk with you about, trust me, it's nothing bad, but it comes every year, believe it or not.
Every year.
It's the beginning of winter, or at least it feels like it. So we're here to project our suggestions and knowledge on you. And we like to call it the Upstate New York Survival Guide, right? Survival Guide for your vehicle.
You need it. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. It's going to be great. But no, seriously, winter is coming. Just like, you know, that old TV series that is long forgot about.
Right. Winter
is coming, and we are talking about today the 4 basic pillars of getting your vehicle winterized.
There are a number of things. We've narrowed it down to 4. And if you're somebody that's just in complete denial, I might be one of those people. Like, is it really going to come? Yeah, Mike, it comes every year. But if you're like Nate, he's staving it off with his festive hat.
That's right.
Thinking about warm weather. And but I'm not sure that's going to stop it. It's November 7th, 2025, and it was 28 degrees when I got in my car this morning.
Well, that's the thing, Mike. It's the first week of November. Leaves are pretty much off the trees right now. The sky is gray, and you wake up to that little...
Yeah, every morning.
Your neighbors that has to get to work by 6 a.m. They're scraping their car off at 4:30 a.m. Because the sun's not out to take off the frost.
That's right.
And Dr. Frost is here, or Mr. Frost.
That's right. We're gonna dive into that in just a minute. But like you know, if this is your first time watching Mohawk Table Talk, we appreciate you tuning in.
Welcome.
Even though it's Mohawk Table Talk, we're still having the talk with you today about about the fact that winter's here. But if this is your first time joining, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching live, feel free to chime in the comments section, or if you're watching the replay and you have any questions, comments, or anything, we're certainly an atmosphere of positivity. So certainly keep them positive, but feel free to feed your comments in. And if you have a question or anything, we'll be happy to get back to you and answer them. We are coming to you live from the Mohawk Honda Studios in Scotia, New York. We're in upstate New York. We're in the Albany, New York market. So we're not out in the west. We're in the east part of the state, but we're certainly about 150 miles north of New York City. So if you're watching from outside of that area, welcome. But we're going to give you some tips and tricks knowing what we go through every winter in upstate.
That's right. But before we do that, there's a bunch of things going on in the capital region, especially with the Mohawk Auto Group. So this weekend is actually a pretty big deal. You know, we tend to forget that we actually live in the capital of New York.
That's right. The capital of the state.
We kind of just like, oh yeah, it's Albany.
If you ask people outside of New York, they say, what's the capital? Oh, it's New York City. No, it's not. It's Albany. It's Albany.
And we have the big NADA Auto Show. It is here. It is at the MVP Arena. They're going to have over 30 manufacturers that will be there, and including Honda, Chevrolet. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. You can check all of the latest vehicles that are out right now to see which vehicle will best fit your lifestyle. There'll be some representatives to help you kind of understand, ask questions, so that you have a good understanding of the product.
Yeah, the auto shows are really pretty neat. There was a period in time where people kind of weren't visiting auto shows and checking out the new cars, but I'm happy to say that interest is back. And people, like, you can see a lot of things online, but how real is it when you're watching your phone screen, right? So please make sure you join all the OEMs, especially Honda and Chevrolet, at the MVP Arena, and again, that is the in downtown Albany. And so it's the sports arena turned auto show this weekend. Again, that's the weekend of November 7th that we're talking to you right now.
That's right. And let's see here. We also have, I mean, we'll get into the winter in just a moment, but the Mohawk Auto Group, we just, at Mohawk Honda, we finished our food drive. We dropped off our food to Rotterdam Community Center yesterday, which was amazing. You know, there's a lot of things going on. There was also the food drive for Schenectady last night. There was 3-hour line. You know, I was going towards Albany, and I saw this huge line at Schenectady County Community College, and I was like, this is the food drive?
Yep.
That's crazy. So that happened last night. But because there's a lot of food shortages going on, the community is stepping up. So kudos to all the community members that are stepping up to help those in need, especially this time of the season, the year, where we're getting into family, food, and the frenzy of the holidays. I like that.
It is. It is a frenzy, and like Nate mentioned, it certainly is eye-opening. If for some reason you're not aware, there is a significant food shortage in a lot of the areas, especially in Schenectady County. So seeing SCC there with the line of folks who were waiting to get in to partake in some of that, was both heartbreaking, but also heartwarming that we were able to help with that. So thank you, especially if you contributed. Mohawk Auto Group is happy to contribute to that cause, and that was hundreds and hundreds of pounds of food that we were able to deliver. And if you haven't seen it, check out our social post. There are some stills there, and it was really a great event. So kudos to everybody who helped with that.
Yes, thank you so much. We have the Schenectady Holiday Parade. Well, this weekend, let's go with this weekend. Obviously the auto show, but we will be at the Special Olympics bowling, which will be where? Do we have that stat?
Not
for us.
Not right in front of me, but I'm going to get it for you as you continue to tell the folks about what that's for.
We love being a part of the Special Olympics community, being able to help them out. And one of the events that we've done multiple events. We did the Night of Champions. We've done the polar plunge in the past. We've done the dodgeball tournament. There's so many events that we're able to be a part of for the Special Olympics. So we love being a part of that. And one of those events, and we've done track and field, we've done swimming, we've done basketball, all of these different things we find ourselves being at because we love being a part of the Special Olympics community. And one of the events is happening this Sunday. And if you want to come and actually be a part of it, feel free, because one of the ways that you can volunteer or be a part of it is actually cheer on the bowlers, right? Cheer on the Special Olympic athletes that are there doing their thing, doing their sport, bowling. It is incredible to watch these athletes, honestly, be better than I could ever be when it comes to bowling.
Much better than I can be.
Well, I need the gutter lanes.
That's right.
The bumpers. They call those the bumpers.
We're super proud to partner with Special Olympics to offer our assistance, and feel free to stop by. I have the information here. It is at Saratoga Strike Zone. So that's 32 Ballston Ave in Saratoga Springs, New York. That's just north of the Chevy store. So we will be there. Again, that event is 9 a.m. to 12:30. On Sunday the 9th, so that is going to be an awesome event. We're super happy to be there, cheering the folks on, helping with scorekeeping and all that kind of thing. But ultimately, it's about the athletes that are going to be there getting it done. So that's going to be an awesome event. Saratoga Strike Zone.
Saratoga Strike Zone. Make sure you are there. Coming up next is going to be the Schenectady Parade. Well, it actually goes hand in hand because the Special Olympics polar plunge, which I actually was able to. They have a whole bunch of school. Like, if you haven't been to this polar plunge, there's like thousands of people. It's wild how many people they get into the water.
That's crazy.
They close off the beach.
Yeah.
They have people lined up starting at 8 o'clock to get into this water. So many people get into this water. I'm actually going to be able to DJ it this year.
But have you ever done it?
I haven't done it, but I might. Chris. I might have to bring a change of clothes. I'm definitely gonna have to be bringing change clothes because I'm not gonna be able to leave after I plunge. Plus, on top of that, I have to go to the Schenectady Parade right after the plunge, which ends around 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Then I gotta rush all the way down to Schenectady County Community College to make sure I get there before they close the road off, so I can be on the float, so I can DJ for the float.
Oh, you can do it. He can do it.
I think
we
I
have
could do it.
confidence. He's going to be everywhere. He's going to be all places for everybody. But boy, that you're just making me cold just talking about that polar plunge because it's already cold outside. I can't imagine getting into water at when the air temperature is 28 degrees and all that kind of thing. So, boy, that's going to be quite an event, and that is coming up this month. I think that's it. Maybe for the local events.
That's it for the local.
Okay.
One last thing. Mohawk Honda is collaborating with the Winter Village. What is it? The Winter Village. Yep. Mohawk Harbor.
Oh yeah, that's
Winter
right.
Village. We're going to be partnering with them, so we have a video promotion coming up soon for that, along with something that we're bringing back starting soon. We'll let you know when that is. But did we let them know about that last year? Or we just said something was coming.
That's right. Something's still
coming soon, in about a week and a half. Not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday. We're gonna be dropping a video for our nonprofits out there.
That's right.
And if you have a special nonprofit, just keep that in mind. All right. That's all I'm going to say. But now we're going to move on to the 4 pillars that you should think about as we're moving into this winter season. And I think the number one thing is going to be tires.
And why, you ask? Because the tires are the only part of the car that touches the road, right? That's pretty important, right?
Yeah.
Tires. So if there's anything you remember from this episode is tires. Right? So it's the age-old question. I have all-season tires on my car. Do I need to? Should I get snow tires? What's the benefit? What's the pros? What's the cons? Because isn't it like by definition it says all season, and isn't winter a season? Like
it is.
So does that mean that the all seasons are still good for winter?
Yes and no, and here's why. So depending on the snow tires, my wife has all season tires, and think about the evolution of tires, wheels in general. We went from a wood. I think I've talked about this before. My brain evolution of the tire. You went from a stone wheel, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never seen, I can't confirm nor deny whether
like
that was
Flintstones, right? Like
the Flintstones,
wheel.
you know. But what I do know is we have photos of, the wooden wheel, right? The wooden wheel that they put on the buggies, and then we got the horseless carriage that still had wood, and then it got wood metal, rubber. Then we went to rubber, and now we have like metal rubber, but it's like advanced rubber. It's not your grandfather's rubber. And there's so much technology that actually goes into a tire that you're like, oh yeah, it's got the angles on there, the arrows, but there's so much to tires that you don't know. And yes, do snow all season tires work? Yes, however, it depends on the all-season tire, because all-season tires, depending on the tread that's on them, are made for different things. And a lot of the tire engineering goes to water displacement. That is like the engineering term when you're making a tire is water displacement. How is that tire going to displace the water, displace the snow as you're driving through whatever scenario? And could you? Yes. But in the most severe winter occasions, it's meant for the mild winter. It's not meant for a harsh storm.
Yep. And if just to kind of like put that in perspective, there's a lot that goes into tires. There's probably some folks watching that are either in the tire business or very familiar. And we're obviously very familiar here at the dealership. There certainly is a difference between all season and winter tires, winter intended tires. And some of the, besides the tread that Nate was just talking about, the tread meaning what you can see around the tires themselves with aggressiveness or not aggressiveness, is that the rubber that the tires are made of is a little bit different. That chemical compound is a little bit different. And winter tires, which would be like snow tires, winter tires, the rubber compound is a bit different and it stays softer in colder temperatures. So when you get that 0 degrees, below 0 degrees, those winter tires are going to perform better than an all season or obviously a summer tire. So that's something that people don't always think of. The other thing that people don't always think of is if you have an all-wheel drive vehicle.
But Mike, I have all-wheel drive. I'm fine.
Well, guess what? All-wheel drive, when you go, is different than
all-wheel
all-wheel stop, right? There's no such thing as all-wheel stop. Guess what? All vehicles stop in the same manner. The inertia, the sliding, the skidding. So if you have all-wheel drive, that doesn't help you any differently than any car does when you're stopping. So, keep that in mind, because I have heard folks say, oh, I'm just going to keep my tires on the car. I'm not worried about it because I have all-wheel drive. Well, that doesn't help you when you're stopping, right? Nope. So big lesson there. Very, very important. Ultimately, it comes down to each person's preference. I know folks, and I'm one of them, I have, all-season tires, and I have snow tires or winter tires, and I do change them, and I change them in the beginning of November. It's right now, just because you never know when snow could surprise you.
It's
and you'd
time.
Wake up. You never
know at this point.
That's right.
Everything's off.
So tires.
Used to be you wait till Thanksgiving for that, but you never know when it's coming.
Tires and traction. So remember that. Tires. Consult your local professional at Mohawk Honda or Mohawk Chevrolet. Drive in to our service drives, and we're happy to give you the rundown on what's available and what might be best for your vehicle.
That's right.
That's the pillar number one.
Pillar number one, tires and traction. Pillar number two, underneath the hood. Take a look underneath the hood, because I feel like the number one thing is, once cold weather hits,
right.
You're like, and you're like, come on. You're patting the hood. You're like, come on.
I gotta make it on time for work.
Just turn on. I gotta make it. But it's the battery. The battery is when it gets too cold. There's this term called cold cranking amps. And sometimes when it's too cold and you got an older battery, it just doesn't want to turn over because it doesn't have enough.
And why, somebody asks, why would that happen? Why, when batteries get older, do they not perform as well? Well, those cells deteriorate over time. Cold weather certainly doesn't help that, right? That doesn't help that amperage to provide power to those cables that then end up starting, go to the starter. So definitely important to have those checked at the dealerships at Mohawk Honda and Mohawk Chevrolet. We provide a battery check as part of our complimentary multi-point inspection. We call it an MPI, but that multi-point inspection includes that battery, what they call a load test, which can test, to make sure that you're going to be able to crank that battery over and have the best chance at it. So. And really, batteries, most people don't know this. I mean, if it's been 3, 4, 5 years, you should probably consider changing that battery out, right? There's a reason why at your house, why they say to change your batteries in your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, right, every 6 months. It's not because they were been used, but
they make a 10-year one now. They make a 10-year smoke detector.
Okay.
But still, 10 years.
Well, if you have like an old school one like mine,
you gotta switch out the battery.
Yeah, and I got to get up on the ladder. It's a whole thing. You got to.
No, now you just switch them out. You take that out, you put it back up.
The whole thing. But that's the reason. So under the hood, batteries. The other thing that's under the hood to make sure are that if there's been any recommendation by your local dealer to change those fluids, especially make sure that your washer fluid and so forth is filled. That way, you're not stuck somewhere in a scenario where you're out of washer fluid, because
3 fluids.
That's right.
Washer fluid.
Yep.
The next one is antifreeze. Make sure that's up and running. And then the third one is the half tank rule for your gas tank.
Right.
So gas, antifreeze, and windshield wiper fluid.
So no matter how much the temptation is, don't say, oh, I'll just get gas in the morning. You know that? I've seen memes about that, right?
Oh yeah.
Or biggest thing people say that never happens. Yep. Oh, I'll just get gas in the morning.
Yep.
Guess what? It's below zero. Low fuel is not your friend when you want to start and warm up your car.
Nope.
And that's the last time in the world I want to go get gas is when it's freezing cold out.
That's
I should have done it the night before where I felt better about it. So that's under the hood.
Number 2 underneath the hood, fluids. It's going to be, again, windshield wiper fluid, antifreeze, and your gas, half gas.
Or more.
Or more.
It's okay to do more.
I mean, make sure it's full. Just make sure it's full, and
You're
then you'll never have to go.
You're going to fill up anyway.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Yeah. All right, number 3. Protection and visibility.
That's right.
If you can't see, you can't drive. I mean, you could, but
that we don't
chances are you'll end up in a ditch.
Yeah.
You know, it's like those people that all they do is just, they wipe off the window when they don't take off all the snow on the car.
That's right.
And you got it's that meme that's got, the guy's got like 6 feet of snow on top. I mean, you stop.
It's funny, but it's also very dangerous. You can imagine
unfortunately.
If you were in a different car and you weren't that person, and a bunch of snow came flying off and hit your windshield and you couldn't see. So that would be really bad. So,
but anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about
visibility.
Yep.
And that means you have to be able to see out your windshield. In order to see out the windshield, your wipers have to be able to clear the windshield. So wiper blades, right? Wiper blades. And I'm sure everybody's familiar. There are winter style wiper blades, which most of us know that live in the Northeast and in upstate New York. Winter wiper blades don't have the components of the blade exposed that could freeze up, right? There's like a cover, a rubber cover on it, so that helps moisture doesn't get in there and is less likely to freeze. So those are always good. And at minimum, make sure you have blades that aren't streaky, because if there's streaks and it's not, clearing the window, then you can't see.
Nope.
Right? So that's obviously important.
The second one?
Yeah, also, protection. It's visibility and protection.
Right.
Protection means for the rest of your vehicle. I actually advise, and we have a car wash here at the dealership, at both dealerships. The more you can have your car washed in the winter to eliminate salt, ice buildup, especially on parts that you can't see, like underneath the car or whatever.
Yep.
Last thing you want is to have some type of mechanical failure because there's ice underneath there and you didn't even know it was under there.
I mean, right? that's the thing, is that the one thing, everyone always tries to buy a vehicle, a used car from California or Florida, because they don't get what we get, because we throw salt.
Yeah, salt everywhere.
But it's like, there's salt water and salt air, so it's like I feel like it's comparable at this point, but you can't get rid of the salt water in the air. But here in New York, they throw salt on the ground. So that gets all up in your business, underneath your car, and if it's there, it's more apt to create rust. That rust, if left unattended, could put some holes in the frame, in the muffler, and all of that. So make sure that you get that car washed.
Right. Wash, especially if you're able to go through one of those touchless ones, right? Those where you go in the tunnel, and it has the undercarriage thing.
Undercarriage.
That helps.
Clean the undercarriage, everybody.
It just helps keep it, whether it's clean or not, it keeps it free of that salt and debris. So that's certainly important. So again, pillar 3 was protection, as in against salt and ice, and visibility for your windshield wipers. Make sure you get those changed. It's definitely worth the investment. There's nothing worse than driving on the highway in a snowstorm, whatever, and you can't see. Don't want to be that person. So that's pillar number 3.
All right, number 4, and this one's more like a doomsday prepper style guide, is keep a kit in your car just in case something happens where you are stuck on the side of the road and you have to wait for a tow truck. Maybe you ran out of gas or something broke down and you had a quarter of a tank of gas and you need to save that quarter tank of gas till the tow truck comes or whatever it is, and that is the emergency kit.
Yeah, there's some other stuff that we can keep in there, and I believe, I was a Boy Scout a long time ago.
I can see that.
And they say be prepared.
I think Jared, I think I could see that.
Could you see that?
I definitely. It doesn't surprise me. Actually.
Well, I feel like I'm prepared. And I think there's a lot of folks like me that when winter comes, there's some things that you can make sure you have in your vehicle. Not that you can't keep them in there all the time, but important stuff. You don't want to think about it, but if you're traveling in the winter and there's a breakdown or there's a problem where you're stuck somewhere, you want to make sure that you're warm enough, because you can't necessarily rely on the fact that your car is going to be running that entire time. So having that extra blanket, rolled up, having it in the trunk or in the back cargo area, maybe out of sight, hat, gloves, stuff like that. Make sure that you can stay warm in case an emergency happens. So those types of things are super important. Obviously, you need to make sure they have some type of either snow broom, right? Everybody sells them now, like those ones with the long handles that you can clear snow off.
Oh, those are the best.
Those scrapers, like Nate was saying, like an ice scraper, because even though you may have left wherever you left and it was fine, What if you're driving for a ways and it starts to snow, or anything could happen? Having those in there. Jumper cables, of course, right? So even though you may have already started your vehicle, everybody I know is very neighborly, and if somebody was stuck and they couldn't start their car, you could help somebody else. Or if for some reason something didn't work with your battery, you have jumper cables and somebody can help you make sure those are in the car at all times. And the last thing is real important, kitty litter. You bringing your pet cat on a trip?
Yep.
I don't think so. Or maybe you are. Kitty litter, why? Because it's just like sand, but it's lighter. And kitty litter helps in the event that you're stuck on some ice, right? Those drive wheels are stuck on some ice. You can put the kitty litter down like similar to sand, and that will help increase traction where that wheel would normally be spinning. It will help keep traction there. So probably don't need to keep the whole entire 50-pound bag in the car, but
keep it in. If you got a sedan, you're keeping the whole thing in there. I'm just telling you.
It's a good idea.
You need the weight.
If you prefer sand and you just have a bag of sand laying around your house, you could use that in replacement. But I think kitty litter is a little bit easier.
I think it might,
a little more convenient for people to get.
A little bit more convenient.
So there's a few things, right? That's the jumper cables.
Yep.
Bag of kitty litter.
Yep.
All right. Stay warm using like a blanket.
Yep.
Have a blanket, hat, gloves, all that stuff, extra stuff. And then, of course, like anything to clear snow or ice off, like a scraper or a snow broom or anything like that. So that can all be part of your emergency kit. Not anticipated to be used. That's why it's called an emergency kit.
That's right.
Just in case. In case.
I had a just in case moment. I was doing valet, and I had to work a double shift on a major snowstorm day. So I was driving so I didn't actually have a kit, but what I did know is that it was a serious snowstorm, so I took a shovel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that shovel helped me out 3 times on the way to my other shift.
Okay.
So I helped dig 3 people out of the snow.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of people just like Nate. I would be the same. I want to help. You certainly don't want to leave somebody that's in distress. So if you had your emergency kit, even if they didn't have theirs, hey, it's a better day for everybody.
Yep.
Right? So it's not snowing quite yet here in upstate New York, but we wanted to make sure we covered those 4 pillars of making sure that you're prepared to brave the winter, whether it's in upstate New York or anywhere where you get a bunch of snow. So if we can, we'll just recap those 4 pillars real quick.
Recap. Traction and tires.
Tires.
2, fluids. I'm doing this off the top of my head.
That's right.
Fluids. You got the windshield wiper, you got the antifreeze, and you have the half tank.
Yes, those are the fluids.
Number 3.
Protection and visibility.
Yeah, wiper blades.
Yep, blades. Make sure you get your car washed to protect
from snow
and ice.
And then lastly, 4, your emergency kit.
That's right, and you'll be ready to go.
I'm glad we had the talk with you today.
That's right. I feel like we should have sat down in the living room.
Yep.
With a nice fire going.
Yep.
We don't have the fire.
Next time.
And you're joining us virtually, but at least you listened to the talk. Among whatever other talks there could be, this was very important to the car business, very important to you as a car owner or a car driver. And as always, with all of those items, we can assist at either location. So stop in with an appointment or without one, at Mohawk Honda or Mohawk Chevrolet. Or if you have any questions about anything we covered or just want to know how to handle a situation, jump on our website, hit that chat button, and we will chat with you virtually.
Yes, we will. Well, thank you so much for watching Mohawk Table Talk, where we give you tips and tricks on what's going on around in the community, along with car buying and car owning. Because an educated buyer is the best buyer. So until next time, we'll see you on Mohawk Table Talk. La vida la bamba necesita.